I put out a tweet earlier this week and asked, what is the one hot take you have for the New York Giants this year that you feel most confident in? And you guys showed a lot of love. There was a lot of interaction on that tweet. So for today's show, I just wanted to give the love right back to you. And I'm going to react to y'all's hot takes on today's show. If we didn't feature your question, it's because you're not following me on social media. Change it. Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. And if you're on Instagram as well, hit me up. Same handle as well. Welcome into Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Let's start with my guy, Russ Osterfeld. Appreciate the response, my friend. Said Jaxson Dart will finish the season as QB1. And look, I don't think that's going to be a hot take if that happens. I actually think that might be the most probable thing that does happen for the New York Giants. Ideally, though, he does not play in 2025 because that would mean that Russell Wilson is playing well and that Russell Wilson is winning games. And as bad as I want Jaxson Dart to be a franchise quarterback for this organization, I want to win games now. And I want to be playing meaningful football in December and maybe in January. And the only way that's going to happen this year is if, knock on wood, Russell Wilson stays healthy and Russell Wilson plays like the guy that once lived in Seattle. I don't know if he could do that, but I do think that Russ is the best quarterback on this team, and he's going to be given every opportunity to lead this team to the playoffs. Now, can he do that? That's a question that he has to answer with his performances on Sunday. But I don't necessarily think that it would be a shocker to me or anybody out there if Jaxson Dart ends the season as QB1 for the Giants. My guy Chuck, what's up, bro? Says Russ wins 3 of the first 5 games. One of those being the Kansas City Chiefs. Chuck, that's the type of hot take I'm talking about. We know how hard the New York Giants schedule is. And when you got to play the Kansas City Chiefs week 3 after you start the season with some divisional games, it's going to be tough. Anytime you play the Chiefs, it's going to be tough. But some out there call Russell Wilson the Patrick Mahomes Slayer. Don't fact check me, but I think Russell Wilson is 2-1 against Patrick Mahomes in his career. And it would be absolutely chills if Russell Wilson ended up beating Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs week 3 of the NFL season. Like, the Giants need to win some games early on. The schedule's tough. I'm kind of the opinion you got to go 1-1 in the first 2 weeks against the Commanders and then against, is it the Cowboys week 2? I think it's the Cowboys week 2. Do we got the schedule in there? My man, producer Reed on it. Yeah, my mind went blank. I was like, I know it's the Cowboys. But look, you got the Cowboys week 2. You got the Chiefs week 3. You got the Chargers week 4. Saints week 5. I don't think it's out of this world to say you go 1-1, steal one against the Chiefs, and you beat the Saints. I like where your head's at, Chuck. That's good stuff. My man Matt coming in with another hot take, and this was kind of a frequent one. Darius Slayton sets career highs in receptions and yards. And that's what you need. You need him to do that. You paid him 3 years and $36 million this offseason to come back for the New York Giants? Like, Slayton was able to have success as a deep threat receiver with Daniel Jones. And that's like running a fast 40 time with ankle weights and shoulder pads on. You're making it extremely tough on yourself. But a guy that could put up 46 grabs for 724 yards, 15 yards per catch, then backdoor that again with 50 grabs, 770 yards, and 4 touchdowns with the quarterbacks that he's played with the Giants. Like, Darius Slayton is a bona fide deep threat. Russell Wilson is the best deep ball thrower in the National Football League. I want to see Slayton do this because if Slayton does that, that's going to open it up more for Malik Neighbors. And if he gets to face single coverage more often than not, he's going to win that more often than not. Love it, Matt. Mozzie, what's up, Beast? This Giants team reminds me of the Super Bowl Giants built on defense with an offense that can hit on explosive plays. When I say hot takes, this is what I mean by hot takes. This is probably the hottest take of all of them. I'll just say this. I think it's a little disrespectful to compare this team to the 2007 and 2011 Giants just because they are Super Bowl champs and they get it. But I will say there is a little bit of a different feeling around this team this year compared to the past. I think that's more so that one guy's not here anymore, and you got a Super Bowl champion quarterback here. I don't know if it's Super Bowl what I'm feeling, but I'm in. Sign me up for a Super Bowl. You got a Super Bowl champion QB. And I'm not going to go as far as to say the Giants can win the Super Bowl, but if I'm trying to win one, I'd probably rather have a quarterback that has won a Super Bowl and been there 2 times. Look, a lot of things would have to go right for the New York Giants. Russ would need to be playing his best football that he has played in a long time. But I want to go back to what you said. It's the defense. If the Giants somehow, some way, were going to the Super Bowl and going to win the Super Bowl, it's because they would have the best defense in the National Football League, and it would be led by Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter. I just love that name. Abdul fucking Carter. Kayvon Thibodeau, Chauncey Golston. Like, you're going to win in the trenches. You're going to win with the guys putting their hands in the dirt, getting after the quarterback. Paulson Adebo, Javon Holland making plays. Like, if you're going to the Super Bowl, it's because your defense is the best in the National Football League. You'll need a bounce-back year from Bobby Okereke. You might need 30 combined sacks between Burns, Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter, and then you get another 10 from Dexter Lawrence, and those guys are the fearsome foursome, and they're the best in the league. That's how that would have to happen, and hit on explosive plays. Like Russell Wilson, dial it up. Malik Neighbors down there somewhere. F it. My biggest fan on social media right here. My biggest fan, my biggest hater, and the biggest troll there is. Sometimes he's a really bad troll, and I have to let him know when he's trolling bad. Mr. Numbers, what's up, buddy? He says, they will have double-digit losses. Sorry, schedule is impossible. But all the love to Marshy and my Giants. You keep being you, man. You crack me up. You crack me up. And also, this is a terrible hot take because the Giants are projected to win 5.5 games, and there's 17 games in a season. So you're going chalk, not even hot. So I'll say it again. Be a better troll if you're going to be a good troll. Like, there's nothing worse than a bad troll. Look, Giants' schedule is tough, but we've talked about it. I'm tired of talking about the tough schedule. Good teams find ways to win football games. If the Giants are going to be a good team, it's because they're going to be able to win games, not because they were close in a lot of games and they had a tough schedule. I get it, man. Like, it's National Football League. Every game's tough. I'm tired of hearing about it. I just am. So be a better troll because you're falling off, man. You're falling off. Just be better. Be better for your family. Don't do it for me. Do it for your family. Gator Guy, top defense in the league. That's what I'm talking about, man. I would say that's maybe not the hottest take in the world, but, like, I think between Giants fans, it's not a hot take, but from the outside looking in, people, they can't get their brains to function and be like, oh, shit, they did lead the NFL in sacks for the first 7 weeks last year, and they added Abdul Carter, they added Chauncey Golston, they added Darius Alexander, and they should be dominant. And PFF agrees. They have them as a top 3 defensive line in the NFL. And I personally have them over the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. And if TJ Watt is more worried about getting paid than getting sacks, then I'll take the Giants as the best. And like the rookie projection is Abdul Carter to have 6 sacks. I'm taking the over on that. I think it's going to be closer to double digits. Like, that's how Giants are going to have to be good. Talked about it with the Super Bowl question earlier. You have the ability to be a top defense in the NFL. Like, think about it like this, Gator Guy. And everyone watching, obviously. There's only so many resources you have to build a football team. Salary cap, picks. You can use trades. You can do all that. But, like, just think about it like this. $100 million to Dexter Lawrence. $150 million to Brian Burns. Number 5 overall pick on Kayvon Thibodeau. Number 3 overall pick on Abdul Carter. You're paying Bobby Okereke top inside linebacker money. You're paying Paulson Adebo as a top 15 corner. You're paying Javon Holland as a top 10 safety. That's 7 major commitments on defense. 11 guys play. They should be damn good this year. Or we maybe need to take a look at who's spending those resources. Giants World, daily. Odell Beckham Jr. and JPP will both be Giants again. Once a Giant, always a Giant, and it should have been only a Giant for Odell Beckham Jr. Fortunately, I think that ship has sailed. We spent a couple videos this month talking about OBJ. It just doesn't seem all that likely at this point, and JPP didn't even play in the NFL last year. Like, the last time he played was 2023. I would love to have those guys be a part of the alumni that starts to come back and talks to the team and all that stuff. And sure, it'd be awesome to see him in Giants jerseys again. Sure, you want to come back for the vet men, fight for a roster spot when we got 90 players on the roster? I'm in. I want them. Only for the vibes. But I don't think it's happening. Do you want OBJ and JPP back? YFUSM for no. JOJO, what's up, man? He loves giving me a hard time on Twitter. I could say the sky is up. He'd say, nope, it's down today. I'd say grass is green. It's like, it looks a little yellow. So it is what it is. JOJO, it's all love. This is Brian Daboll's last season as the Giants head coach. Again, I don't think that's a hot take. Giants are projected to win 5.5 games this year. They almost fired him last year. I think a hot take would have been Brian Daboll gets a contract extension after this year. But, there is a world where he gets fired. Unless it just falls off the rails and it's an absolute disaster class by the Giants and Brian Daboll, I'm keeping him. Because I don't want Jaxson Dart heading into year 2 having to be coached by coach number 2 and learn offense number 2. What did John Mara say? We did everything to screw this kid up with Daniel Jones. That is true, but he also didn't hold up his end of the bargain, and he wasn't an NFL caliber quarterback. Let's not do the same thing with Jaxson Dart. What's up, Dijon Holland? Dijon. Father of Javon Holland? Maybe. Call me drunk, but I think the Giants make the playoffs as a wild card. That's a hot take right there. And I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world. Do I think it's going to happen? I want to say yes, but the answer is probably no. Do I think it can happen? Maybe. Crazy things have happened. Do I think it's likely? No, but there is a chance. And the formula is simple. You're a top 5 defense. Your offensive line takes a step. You stay healthy. Russell Wilson is who you saw in the first part of his Steelers career. Malik Neighbors becomes a top 5 wide receiver. Darius Slayton has a career year. And the Giants are able to be functional on the offensive end by creating chunk plays, running the football, and not turning it over. It's not impossible to think all those things happen. But we'll see. If you want to see it happen, if you want to be like my guy, Mr. Holland, and see the Giants in the playoffs, hit that thumbs up icon. Click the like button if you want to be back dancing in the playoffs. I love doing this video. This one was a lot of fun. I like just doing audience interaction stuff, and we could do more of it on Twitter. Hit me up. Hit me up here, too. Let's go.